Hey guys, this is Delta and welcome to another snapshot video. This is our first snapshot video for 1.4. Woo! So Minecraft 1.4 is being developed right now by Mojang. And so this is week 32 of 2012 snapshot A. So 12W32A. And we have some pretty exciting features to look over. So let's get started straight into it. So to begin with, villagers have some new behavior in terms of trading behavior. If you trade with villagers nicely and do the things like that, they will you'll be rewarded and you'll grow new trades. However, if you hit the villagers and punish them and do stuff like that to them when you get frustrated, as we all do at these mindless creatures, they will actually negatively impact the trading. Now, this only happens within nearby housing, so you have to be within a radius of a village in order for this to actually occur. I am not, so we can't actually demonstrate it to a degree. But yeah, so villagers will no longer remove trades. They will now require, or maybe require, new different types of items to be traded with against it. So for example, say if you had a bunch of paper and you traded it enough so normally would be removed, now you may need a paper and something else to actually get the ores or whatever. So it's actually trading slightly a bit different. Our next item for 1.4 is the new addition to zombies, zombie pigmen and skeletons. They will now have new equipment depending on difficulty. Right now I spawn these all on hard mode, as you can see here. And I can't really see much difference between the zombie pigmen. I may be wrong, I haven't looked very hard. But you definitely can see a change in the zombies. Some have shovels, some have hats. Now, from what I can tell from previous mentions from Jeb, is that they can actually be enchanted, they can be swords, they could be anything, armor. And again, I can't really tell you any difference between these skeletons. Now, you also notice another glitch as well. Zombies won't burn in a day. That's an actual glitch. I think it's got something to do with the villagers, which will go soon. But yeah, the skeletons still burn, that's why I've got the cover over the top. So yeah, so we'll go on to our next item. We now have the new addition of the zombie villagers. They have the villager nose, obviously the head, but they're in the shape and color of a zombie. So these are a new addition. I talked about it in my previous video that Dinnerbone previously announced. He didn't actually announce what the skins were, but as you can see, the skins are slightly different. Now, these are made by either by random spawning, so of actual zombies, so you can actually get them by spawning zombies every now and then, or by transforming old villagers into them. Now, villagers have a chance upon death to turn into one of these, so we'll actually test it now, and we'll see a little apocalypse coming. Now, they're just running for him for some reason, but we'll let him get in there. As you can see, he died without actually turning into one, and it's just a bloodbath. You see, he turned into one, and so they'll transform. Now these are supposed to be spawned either like I said, naturally, or through eggs, or through the actual apocalypse itself. They can be killed, however. So the way we can kill them is if we get we need to get a level 1 apple. By the way, guys, if you haven't known, I'm just trying to find it. There's two golden apples. One is a regular one made with, I think, golden ingots, so golden nuggets. The other one's made with actual ingots themselves or blocks. I can't actually remember, but they have different. They actually do affect you differently in different ways. I think this is a level 1. I think I am not too sure. We'll give it a go now. And we need a potion of weakness. Apparently, so. We'll get a couple apples just to make sure. Where's the apples again? And a couple, 64, yep. So the way we can cure them is if we use potion of weakness like that. I'm not sure if it did anything. And then give them an apple. As you can see, the zombies start to attack the ones healing already by the looks of it. And I just want to try to heal them all. But by the looks of it, there we go. So apparently in a while they will, after several minutes, they will turn back into villagers. So we'll get you a shot of that. Okay, so one of them turn. It's important to note, as soon as they turn back to villagers, they will be attacked by even people who are turning. Right now I just turned off particles, but as you can see, these three are still turning, so it's actually important to separate them individually if you want them to turn back properly. Otherwise, now this guy will attack them and it'll be a rampage. So yeah, it's important to note that as soon as they turn back, even these guys will attack back them, so you have to kind of separate them. But it takes a while, it takes several minutes actually. Maybe about 5 minutes of actually waiting in terms of getting it done. But they slowly turn back, which is pretty cool. So next, moving on to the next thing, we now have these command blocks. Now these command blocks are pretty cool. They're for adventure map modes, so I just want to turn off this particle, so it's a bit annoying. And it allows you to create or spawn do actual commands in the actual game via redstone. So right now, I've got it set up to do a give command. I'm using @A. @A represents to target all players. You also can target a random player or target the nearest player, which will most likely be the guy activating it. And I've targeted, so give everyone the entity 100, 64 of them. So the entity 100, I think it's a mushrooms. It's mushroom stalk or something like that. We'll give it a go. As you see, we hop on it and it gives myself ACJ mushroom. And yeah, so it spawns out of yourself. So I could have this coming out here and then put it down here and have mushrooms coming out here. So it's really cool. This will allow many uses for adventure maps and whatnot. They've also obviously done some some dumbing down of commands, like you can't opt someone, you can't kick, you can't stop the server. But some still still some decent commands. Now, alongside this, Jeb has also been working on some more extra commands to add into the level or the game itself. So just adding the difficulty. You can change the difficulty on the fly using commands by doing /difficulty. I think it's in the help menu as well, if I remember. So let me get this right. Help? Does it work anymore? Yeah. Now, as you can see, difficulty is up here. We've also got other ones such as the, so we'll just see if you can scroll to the next page. We've also got more other ones such as do fight, tick, mob griefing, keep inventory, do mob spawning, do mob loot, do tile drops. Now these ones will, are under the game rule. So these are either 1 or 0, either false or true. Now, such things as mob griefing, will mobs be able to grief such as creepers, you can turn it off, keep inventory on death, do mob spawn, do mobs loot, and whatnot. So you can actually turn them off and on the fly. So say in adventure maps you want to have a section of your game to not have any mobs or any griefing from creepers or anything like that. This will allow you to do it. This will allow you to turn it off and on. So say if you're a map maker, you don't like creepers blowing up your redstone, and you can turn that griefing completely off. If you want your players to keep your inventory on death, however they just spawn back at a certain location, that's fine, you can turn that on. This is really empowering the map maker out here, so this is really great commands from Jeb himself. You can also change the spawn point of a player, the XYZ, so you actually can change, you don't have to use beds, you can use these. You have one of these set up, so a player walks by, and they walk by resetting the spawn to this location as they go. Which is really cool. So I think we'll test it out. So if I go /spawn point, which I don't need as a slash, I don't think for this, it'll be at A or for everyone, and then I think I'm not too sure about the brackets, but we'll give it a go. So 1 1 1. I'm not too sure if that's gonna work because and so now my spawn point is at 1 1 1. So that's really cool. So you can actually do that on the fly and have people walk by and reset the spawn points on a map, so they don't have to use beds or anything like that, which is really cool. They've also got another command, which is the weather command, where you can turn on either to be clear, rain, or thunder for a certain duration in seconds, which allows you to create different themes or different styles. So you're going to have a thunder part, a rain part of your map. You can do it all with this little baby over here. So it's really great. This will be really powerful in terms of all maps coming out very soon. Obviously we'll be using this. Now I couldn't find a way to actually spawn this in creative mode it's called a command block. Now I couldn't find it, so the way I did it was I go give So that's myself, ACJ, and then the code is 137 for it. So I'm giving myself 137, and I want one of those, and it actually spawns one of those, just to let you guys know how to get it into your game itself. So yeah, next on, we have these beacon blocks. Now these beacon blocks are named work in progress in game. However, they are referred to beacon, or the beacon blocks on the Wikipedia. So these blocks can be placed on top of a pyramid-like structure built out of building or storage blocks such as diamonds, gold, iron, or emerald blocks. I'm pretty sure that's the list. So these blocks can create a pyramid. Now there's 4 different levels of pyramid. You can have it just simply a 9 with one on top, where you can go down levels, you can keep it going. Now I've built the biggest pyramid possible. I'll put a picture up now of the 4 pyramids side by side, courtesy of Minecraft.net Wikipedia. So this block, by right clicking on it, allows you to open a GUI. You can see different levels of the pyramid here and the last one here. So you've got primary power, secondary power. Now these are speed, haste, resistance, jump boost, strength, and regeneration. Now some of these you haven't, or some of them actually resemble potions that we actually can craft. Others, such as haste and I think jump boost, weren't potions in the game, but they were planned. There has been haste, and I think jump boost talks before with previous builds or previous look at sort of obviously the potions and whatnot. But yeah, so it's interesting stuff. I won't actually do anything to use it because it will sometimes can corrupt your map. I've actually had a couple of maps previously recording of this that have gone corrupt and actually screwed up, so I won't do it. But I'm pretty sure you place, I won't go all the way, but we'll meet you halfway. And what am I looking for? We're looking for ores. So if I just type gold, I can get some gold, and we can place gold in there. I think we can click OK after clicking the certain item that we want, and it will then do it. Like I said, it can corrupt. It's quite buggy, so I wouldn't actually recommend always doing it or mucking around with it on a good map of yours. Now the block itself emits a level of 15 lights, similar to glowstone. As you can see, it is now light over here, and it has apparently a range of about 16 blocks. Players within the range will be given the selected effects for every 4 seconds. So I think every 4 seconds that you're in range, it'll add it again or whatever. So you can have these around your base. It's not very far. You think about it. If about here would be the extent of your the player itself being able to collect it. But I guess it's some sort of boost in player abilities. Now this is completely out of the blue. It wasn't really leaked at all about this at all. It's kind of an oddball to be honest. Building structures like this to give powers to the player, but nonetheless, it's quite interesting. And yeah, so just for information, the best configuration, such as this one here, requires 164 blocks. So 164 diamond blocks are used in this. So thank God for creative, otherwise I wouldn't be able to build that. But yeah, on to the next one. Now, next on our agenda, we now have this new night, ability. So this is some night vision potions that have now been added to our creative inventory. So it's just night vision 3, 8, and we've also got splash potion versions as well. Now I wasn't really testing this before. I was just mucking around. But as you can see, it definitely lights up the horizon. It creates this kind of haze, and it really does light up everything. Now the oceans have now been lit up as well. So I'm not too sure if it's a bug or that's what they actually want to do. But now we can see complete depth down to the bottom and everything. So it's really cool. But yeah, so it's quite handy, and I like the fact that they're adding more potions into the game that will allow you to do things and more different powers and creating and stuff like that. So again, this will be very useful for adventure maps or things like that you could reward the player in. And other than that, I'd probably be using it in my actual LP world for the server and whatnot, which is really cool. While we're here, I can't really show you. He's definitely in for it. But I can't, if I'm trying to find one. But zombies that now equipped items such as shovels and swords, they now have the animation change. So they're actually holding a weapon. Just to let you guys know, that's another added feature. large oak trees, which we're currently finding not this biome, we'll grow one now. But large oak trees, they now offer the ability. I'll just search for it. It is called bone meal. The ability to have the wood. Sorry, guys, sideways. I'm just trying to think what I'm saying. So the wood logs and arms and branches will now grow sideways. I'm trying to find a decent one here. So maybe I'll cut the camera until I find a big enough one. Took me a while to get that, but yeah, you never get what you want. So sometimes when you get small trees, you get large trees and vice versa. But as you can see here, logs will now grow on the new direction that they can grow on sideways, and you can make it look pretty cool, which is an added feature that makes things look better. Now, with the F1 key, we'll show you now that the F1 key now works in the menus in terms of turning off the server IP visibility. So we're going to check that out now. Alright, so we're here now in my server list. We have my my first server, my second server, and as you can see, the IPs are now hidden, which is a great feature to add for LPers, people live streaming, anything like that. So people won't actually see the LP, and be able to attack the server or join the server if it's a private server. It's just things like that which do happen, and it needs to be addressed sometimes. Other than that, that's pretty much what they've actually added to the game. It's a nice update. It's a nice juicy update with a lot of cool things and some a lot of big things in terms of the actual command block. This pyramid with the beacon block, and we've also got the new villages and the zombie villages. It's quite a decent update. We've got armor. We've got zombies with armor. We've got skeleton. It's actually really big, and I actually really enjoy that Dinnerbone and Jeb are really putting out some decent content for Minecraft. But yeah, along with every update, there's obviously some bug fixes. They fixed the /me command not working for, or only working for ops. So that would the /me command. I'm not sure if you can do it you can. So as you can see, it says test. It's just saying a little chat feature that they've actually added a while ago, and now they fixed it again, so that wasn't actually working. Only for ops was working. They've also added the tell command, which is a whisper command to whisper to individual players. They've actually fixed that. That was completely broken, so that's good. Now, the notable bugs that came with this patch include zombies won't burn in the sun. I've told you that before, previously, that zombies will no longer burn. This is likely due to the update they did with the zombie villages, as they were supposed to no longer burn, but they do. And also, just to let you guys know, zombie villager babies, they will also there's actually a chance that you can get zombie villager babies by infecting villager babies, which is villager children. I'll get it right eventually, but yeah, so they can have actually little ones as well. There is some users experience a layering issue with the chest and ender chests, where the bottom proportion of the chest shows. I haven't had this issue with my game, but it's only some people have it. So if you don't have it, I think you're pretty set. You can see the block select line through the block on enchanted tables. So if I grab an enchanting table and place it down, apparently you can see the back line through. I can't really see it. There you go. See the top ring. It's kind of hard to show you, but the top ring up here is seen shoe. Just a little bug. It doesn't matter too much. Leggings are the wrong size for the character models. So if we get the armor and place the armor on, as you can see, they're slightly higher. They're lifted up a bit, and obviously if you go, I think they're slightly higher. They don't fit the boots, I think. I don't know how it works with the boots and everything as well. We'll check that out as well. But I like to kind of test everything and show you guys what I'm actually finding as well, because it helps you guys understand. But yeah, the pants do seem a bit higher. I'm not too sure if that's the usual or not, but there you go. And also, like I said, the last one is if you activate adjacent beacon blocks or muck around with too much, you'll actually corrupt the map with the internal server error, like I've done before, so I wasn't too happy about that. But yeah, that's about the entire update there. Bugs included and everything. But it's a decent update, and like I said, every week I will be having a video that I will review these updates and bring out a video to inform you guys. I like to kind of keep you guys informed and help you out in general, consuming this content that Jeb and Dinnerbone bring out. So, yep, other than that, thanks for watching, guys. This is Delta from the TheSofaBros, and we hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe if you haven't, because like I said, we bring out regular videos about this stuff. But other than that, see you guys. Delta out.